Yo, what's up, y'all? So in this video, I'm gonna do a neutral part 2 video. So with season 2 upon us, Law has some new moves introduced, and I think there is some value that you can use them in your neutral game with. So I'm gonna reiterate in this video, like I did in the other one, the neutral triangle, which just consists of rush down, whiff punish, and keep out. So this is just to reiterate, just the rock paper scissors approach to neutral, and you want to think of it like this. So each of those beat one of those beat one of the other ones, right? So if you are a rush down character, the way you beat rush down characters is typically with keep out. The way you beat keep out characters is typically with whiff punishing. The way you beat whiff punishing characters is typically by rushing them down. So it's just a big rock paper scissors approach, and I'm going to get into this again with some new updates from season 2. So for rushdown, since Law is a rushdown character, that part's usually pretty self-explanatory. A lot of Law's tools with like his crouch step, his wild rising forward pressure, which is now nerfed with season 2. I think it's still a good rushdown tool to use, especially the crouch step whenever you're threatening the crouch or the up 4-3 in neutral. I think that's really strong to do for a rushdown. Another way to approach neutral for rushdown would be to you want to think about using your pokes to slowly build your pressure, right? Law is a rushdown character that's kind of like a jack of all trades, but he has a really underrated excuse me, he has a really underrated poke game in my opinion. So you can use his pokes to kind of build a nice slow lead. Pokes like his jabs, his down 4-1, his down back 3, like I discussed, alongside of his side step to kind of get your pressure going before you really want to get in an opponent's space, right? And you want to build up to basically get moves like the dragon hammer off, stuff like this. Look for counter hits that enables bigger and bigger offense with Law, right? That's typically how you want to rush an opponent down in neutral with Law. The next aspect I want to cover for the neutral triangle is whiff punishment. So with whiff punishing, you basically want to think about an opponent that wants to keep you out, right? If let's say you're playing against a Brian, and Brian wants to just keep you out because they're afraid of Law's pressure, which most characters and most players are afraid of Law's pressure, right? Outside of probably like a Nina or a Dragonov or a Brian, because they have the tools. They either have pressure that's equal or greater than Law's, or the tools to keep them out. But let's say you're playing against Brian, and Brian likes to keep you out with certain moves, right? Your job at that point is to make him bait whiffs. So you do that by just simply dash blocking. So if you're out, you create some distance between you two, because Brian doesn't want to be up close to you. So if there's distance between you and the Brian player, you want to dash up and block. So dash up just to kind of make them think you're coming in, and then as they whiff a move, then you want to whiff punish them using tools like your 3+4-4. This whiff punisher, like I mentioned in the previous one, is probably one of the best whiff punishers in the game, because it has really good range. It does really solid damage. So I think it's really a really good one to use. But the whole goal though is to get them to think you're going to come in just so you can bait the whiff, and you want to hang out at a range where that 3+4 can hit. So you want to hang around this range if you're going against a Brian, because that's where they like to hang out anyway, and just try to bait the whiff. An added thing you can do sometimes that I've done online and with my friends is I'll do his I'm a dragon grab, the late for work grab. It's just forward 2-3. When people see this animation, they typically think you're gonna do something or run in. It's kind of silly, but it recovers decently quick, and unless they're really cracked out, they're not gonna whip punish this. But this is something I like to use to make people think I'm gonna come in, to make them press a button, and when they do, I just hit them with a 3+4-4. All right. Now for keep out, typically the only characters I prefer to keep out are characters like King, because there's really strong grapplers, Nina, Dragonov, like those hyper offensive characters, and even some of the Mishimas, depending on the player that's actually piloting them. I like to think about keep out and using tools like I think probably one of his best tools for keep out is his down forward 2. I think this will catch anybody coming in. It has great range, so it's pretty hard to step to either direction. And you'll be surprised at how often you catch people coming in getting clipped by this, right? I think it's okay to throw out in neutral because, like I said, in regards to the late for work grab, it's really hard to whiff punish this because the recovery is pretty decent on it. And if they're able to punish the down for 2, they're probably pretty cracked out and you got bigger problems to worry about. But I think this is a very strong, solid keep out option to use if you want to keep certain characters away from you, right, and play that style with Law. With the new addition to the new moves with season 2, Law now has access to this up forward 2, and I think this is a very, very strong keep out tool for Law. For one, it has crazy range, so if they want to play that long game with you with the long range, you can still be a threat way out here by keeping them out. The added bonus with this bad boy is that it also acts as a counter hit and knocks down, which gives you a guaranteed nunchuck if you time it right. There it is. So if you catch them running in and you confirm the counter hit, you can get you a guaranteed follow-up nunchuck for more damage. Really, really strong stuff. And the main thing you want to remember out of all this, guys, is that neutral is a mindset. So whenever you're playing against somebody that you're familiar with or not, you always want to kind of keep this in mind. What are they wanting to do? Are they playing a keep out character? Are they more of a rush down type of player? Are they looking to whiff punish you? And always think about the rock, paper, scissors approach. Rush down, whiff punish, keep out. Rush down beats whiff punishers. Whiff punishers beat keep out beats rush down. All right, so that just about does it for this video. I hope you guys find value in this second part of the neutral video, and hopefully I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.